It's starting to look like GTA 6 is going to play a lot slower than most people are expecting, not in a bad way, but in a very deliberate one. And from everything Rockstar's shown so far, that pacing feels closer to Red Dead 2 than it does GTA 5, and that's definitely not by accident. What are you saying, everyone? I hope you're good. So in this video, I just want to break down why GTA 6 looks like it's slowing things down, and what that actually means for how the game will feel, and why I think this could end up being one of its biggest strengths. So let's get into it. What Rockstar has shown us already. So from the very first moment we saw trailer 1, you can already sense a shift in pacing compared to GTA 5. So everything feels a lot slower and a lot more deliberate, from the way the characters move, the way they interact with the world, and to the way the animations take a second instead of instantly snapping. And there's just a clear sense of weight to everything, and you get that vibe instantly. And that was just from the first trailer. And obviously by the time we get to the second trailer, for me, that was just amplified. So the world doesn't feel like something you're supposed to blast through at full speed, and more like something that Rockstar actually wants you to look at and to notice and take everything in. And you get the sense that this is a game, it's going to be more around observation as much as it is action. So it doesn't mean there won't be chaos, and it doesn't mean it won't be that classic GTA, but it does suggest that Rockstar's putting more emphasis on pacing, atmosphere, and presence than they did with GTA 5. And that's important because when Rockstar wants something to feel fast, they would usually make that very obvious. So the fact that GTA 6 doesn't look fast even from the trailers tells us a lot about the experience they could be aiming for. And from everything Rockstar's shown us so far, it's definitely pointing towards a very deliberate slowdown in pace. Red Dead Redemption 2 set the blueprint, so we already know Rockstar took a very deliberate step back and changed the direction when it came to Red Dead 2, and that was like a lot slower. And for some people, they felt like it was a bit too slow. The animations were carefully considered for almost everything you did, mounting a horse, looting, interacting with the world. Nothing was instant, and that was a big shift compared to what people were used to with GTA 5. But that slowdown wasn't accidental, and Arthur Morgan didn't control like a typical video game character. He had weight, momentum, presence, and you could feel the difference in every movement. And to this day, there's not another character that feels and controls quite like him in a game. And Rockstar proved with Red Dead 2 that they're willing to prioritise realism and immersion over convenience, and I definitely think that's going to be repeated for GTA 6. And Rockstar definitely don't tend to take backward steps from their last evolution. They build on it. So Red Dead Redemption wasn't a one-off experiment. It was a statement about where they're heading as a studio, going for that more immersion and realism. So obviously when GTA 6 comes along with the early trailer and starts to show those same design principles, and then we get the second trailer and it doubles down, the weight, the pacing, the restraint, it definitely doesn't feel like a coincidence. And it feels like Rockstar are continuing down that path that they've already committed to. Now, with regards to this, I think they need to just strike a perfect balance. I think Red Dead could be a bit too slow for this type of game. So I think it's going to sit perfectly between the two, and knowing Rockstar, they will strike that perfect balance. Slower doesn't mean less fun. So this is where I think a big misconception starts to creep in. So a lot of people hear the word slower and immediately assume that the game won't be as fun as it was, or that it'll feel restrictive, or like Rockstar's taking something away compared to GTA 5. But I definitely don't think that's going to be the case. If anything, slowing things down can actually make fun moments hit harder. So chaos only really works when it has the contrast, so the explosions feel bigger when the world around it feels grounded, and police chases will feel more intense if the moment has weight and it actually matters. So in GTA 5, everything was pretty fast all the time, and you could go from calm to chaos instantly and reset obviously just as quickly as that, and then do it all again. But over time, that just becomes the baseline. When everything's loud, nothing really stands out. And if GTA 6 leans into slower, more deliberate pace, it gives Rockstar more room to build that tension first, and that's what's going to make the release feel more satisfying. Moments have to build up, situations have to escalate instead of instantly exploding, and actions carry more consequences. And it doesn't reduce the fun, it just reshapes it. So fun doesn't come from purely speed, it comes from the anticipation, the payoff, and more importantly, the unpredictability. And a slower game gives Rockstar more tools to just create those moments, not fewer. And for me, the pacing in Red Dead Redemption 2 is one of the reasons why I love the game so much. I love that everything's so careful, so considered. I love that there's animations for absolutely everything. They just need to potentially speed it up a little bit for GTA 6. They can create the same effect of realism, but just speed it up that little bit. So a slower pace makes the world matter. So one of the biggest side effects of slowing things down is that the world itself starts to matter more. When everything moves fast, the locations just blur together and you're always rushing through to the next mission or the next objective or the next moment of chaos. So a slower pace just can completely flip that. And it gives places time to breathe. It makes the streets, interiors and environments feel like actual locations instead of just backdrops that you're passing through. And GTA 6 already looks like a world Rockstar wants you to pay attention to. Obviously, we've got the density, the detail, the way the NPCs behave, the small background moments, and that only really works if you're not flying through the map at full speed. That scene from the trailer where you see the strip and the characters all taking photos, again, it's just so immersive, so realistic and lifelike. And it already doesn't feel like a map that's designed for you to just sprint through. It's designed to be a world that seems like it's for us to live in. And when the pacing slows down, players start to form connections with places. You remember where things happen, you remember streets, and everything starts to feel familiar. And that makes the map a lot more personal to you. And that's when the game world stops feeling disposable. And obviously, if GTA 6 is meant to last for years, that kind of connection matters from the very beginning. And Rockstar dropping the pace isn't just about how the game feels from moment to moment. It's making the game stick with you even in moments where you're not playing the game. Rockstar can afford to do this now. So the other reason this shift makes sense is because Rockstar isn't in the same position they were in when GTA 5 launched. Back then, they still had something to prove, as difficult as that is to believe, and GTA 5 needed to hit immediately, needed to be accessible, fast and instantly fun, because Rockstar didn't know yet what the game would be turning into long term, and obviously now they do. The GTA Online changed everything. Rockstar isn't just designing for a launch week anymore, they're designing for years, for retention, and for players settling into a world rather than just burning through it. So slowing things down only works if you trust your audience to stick around, basically, and Rockstar obviously does. They know people aren't just going to dip in for a few hours and move on. I think they're building something here that players are going to live in, revisit, and keep coming back to. And that gives them the freedom to prioritise depth over speed. They can let the systems breathe and let the world unfold naturally instead of constantly pushing the player forward. And this doesn't feel like Rockstar's playing it safe. It just feels like a studio that's now comfortable enough to take its time because it knows that people are going to stick around and be with them every step of the way. And it's crazy to think just what this world could be 5, 10, 15 years down the line. So this is where some players may struggle. So I do think some players could bounce off the game quite early if this does turn out to be the case, at least initially. And if you're going into GTA 6 expecting it to feel like GTA 5 with that fast movement, instant reactions and that constant momentum, I think the shift in pace is going to be quite jarring. We are looking at those heavier animations, more grounded systems, and moments that are going to ask you to slow down instead of rushing you forward. Now, I'm not saying there won't be fast moments. I'm talking about the overall pacing of the game. And we only need to look at Red Dead Redemption 2 to see the direction that they're likely to be going in. And obviously, this adjustment isn't going to land the same way for everyone. Some players will want that immediate sense of freedom and speed that they associate with GTA. And GTA 6 doesn't look like it's trying to go for that straight away. And it doesn't mean Rockstar's getting anything wrong. It just means, for me, they're prioritising a different type of experience, one that will reward patience instead of impulse. And historically, Rockstar's been willing to accept that kind of pushback if they believe the end result would be stronger. So I'm expecting there to be a bit of friction early on, but I don't think it's going to be a mistake. And I think obviously this is going to be one of the main things that's going to keep me coming back to GTA 6 for years to come. So there we go. So GTA 6 looking like it's been slowed down for me isn't a downgrade, it's just that shift in priorities. And we can already see from the few little clips that we've got, the 2 trailers, that there's definitely a shift in the pacing that's going on here. Everything's more careful, more considered, more grounded and more weighty. From the pacing to the animation work to the way the world feels it's been presented, everything points towards a game that's more deliberate and more grounded and more focused on immersion over pure speed. And that's not going to be what everyone wants straight away, but it does suggest that Rockstar could be aiming for something that definitely holds up for the long term, not just something that feels exciting in the first few hours. And based on their track record, I think they're going to absolutely blow it out the park. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Are you happy for GTA 6 to be slowing things down? Or do you want it to be quick and snappy like GTA 5? And I really do appreciate the support. You can catch me on X as well, Rockstation on X. And we're getting very close to 10,000 followers. So massive thank you. I didn't think I'd ever be looking at those numbers. And we're coming up close to 2,000 subscribers on here. So once again, really appreciate that. And if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. And I look forward to seeing you in the comments as well. And I'll see you for the next one.